Hi, welcome to Optimal Health and Vitality After 50. My name is Tricia O'Hara. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So in my last video, I showed you some compound exercises on how to prevent muscle loss as we age. And after I released the video, I had some subscribers ask if I could show some mini workouts. So that is what I'm going to do for you today. So again, as I've said and mentioned in previous videos, as we age, there's a condition known as sarcopenia that sets in. It's age-related, and sarcopenia is the loss of muscle mass and strength as we age. And the number one way to combat that is just to move to exercise, namely resistance train. And when I say resistance train, I'm not saying you need to run out to a gym and start lifting weights, but resistance training is just pushing your muscles against a force or resistance. So that could be weights, or it could be something as simple as using your own body weight. So I will show you some exercises from beginner, intermediate to more advanced. I will timestamp them so you can see each one. And I will again involve a couple compound exercises using the lower body and the upper body. So here we go. So the very first one, if you are deconditioned, sedentary, you have no muscle strength, you can just start with something as simple as the sit to stand squat. So you have to remember, squat is a functional movement. It's what we do every day, right? Every single time you sit in a chair, you sit in the car, you're squatting, right? So what you're going to want to do is, if you need a chair, feet hip distance apart, all you're going to do is you're going to sit down in the chair. You're going to come up, squeeze the glutes. You're going to make sure you open up these hip flexors here. You've probably heard of the psoas. So you want to open up the hip flexor, engage the glute. Why I'm having you engage the glute is it's one of the strongest muscles in the body. And when people don't utilize their glutes, then it overloads the lower back and tight hamstrings, or the hamstrings, hence you get tight lower back and tight hamstrings. So let's do 5. We're going to go ahead and start and drop it down, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Next, we will, for the upper body, we will do a compound movement. Again, what I mean by compound movement is exercises utilizing more than one muscle group and more than one joint, okay? So we're gonna go to the wall push-up, and all you need is a wall. So we're gonna come right over here. You want your hands about shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Now, depending on your strength, the farther I walk away from the wall, the harder it's going to be. The closer, the easier. So find an angle that is comfortable for you, but that's challenging. So let's go ahead and do 5 of those. Feet hip distance apart, and press into the wall and push back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, when you're doing those, make sure you maintain that neutral spine so you're not like sticking your butt out, okay? And next we will come to one that I like to add is the prone leg raise. And what that does, because most people are, as we get older, we tend to sit a lot more because maybe we've retired or more sedentary. So we're in hip flexion all the time, which then we have tight hip flexors, which again then puts stress on the lower back. So what this is going to do is take you into extension and activate the muscles in the posterior chain, the back. Okay, and that would be namely the glutes and the hamstrings. So if you don't have a lot of strength, you can just relax the upper body and just squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And let's do that one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, let's go back to the sit to stand. Okay, so we'll take our trusty chair here. And again, we'll come back to the sit to stand. Feet hip distance apart. Okay, nice neutral spine. You're going to sit down in the chair, come up, squeeze a glute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, if you have bad knees, you can externally rotate your feet, okay? And just make sure your toes are going over your knees are going over your toes, pushing your weight back and doing it like that. All right, let's go back over to the wall push-up. Okay, hands shoulder width apart, shoulder height. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, coming back to the prone leg raise. Okay, relax your upper body and squeeze the glutes. Now you can lift your legs up if you want, or leave them on the mat as you want. Squeeze the glutes. Okay, squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more time. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is for the beginners. Now, next, let's move on to the more advanced. Intermediate, excuse me. Okay. So we're going to go into a basic squat. If you need to stabilize yourself, you can, keep the chair here if you need it for balance. Otherwise, you don't need to hold on. So it's up to you. Let's do 5. Actually, let's do 8 and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, as you're standing tall, open up those hip flexors, squeeze the glutes, and one more, and go. Okay. We're going to go into the push-up now. Okay. And if you need to, you'll come on your knees, hands under my shoulders, neutral spine, so don't sway your back. Don't stick your butt up in the air, okay? And press your belly button into your spine. Let's do 8 and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have bad knees, you can always put a towel under your knees, okay? We're going to go into the prone leg raise now. And again, like I mentioned earlier, because we spend a lot of time in hip flexion, it's really good to take yourself into extension and activate the muscles on the posterior chain, the back of the body, namely glutes and hamstrings, okay? Especially if you have back issues or tight hamstrings. So you're going to relax the upper body. You're going to lift the legs, squeeze the glutes, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And again, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more time, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right, let's come back up and take it back to the squat. Again, if you need the chair for stability, you can put it there. You can hold on to it, or if you don't need it, then you don't have to hold on to it. Feet hip distance apart. Remember, squat is a functional movement. It's what you do in everyday life, when you sit in a chair, when you sit in a car, when you sit at a table. Okay, so, but remember, as we want to come up, we want to open up these hip flexors here, okay? The psoas, namely, and engage the glutes. So let's do 8 and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you want to make that more challenging, you can always put weights in your hands too. Okay, let's come back to the push-up. Okay, so hands under your shoulders again, neutral spine, and pressing your belly button in. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Taking it to prone leg raise. And relax upper body. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. You should really feel that in your hamstrings. You can always add ankle weights too if you want to make it more challenging, but that is the version for intermediate. Okay, and now we will do the more advanced, again, starting with the squat. So if you are more advanced, okay, remember squat is a functional movement, and so when you come into the squat, remember you want to open up the hip flexors, nice neutral spine, engage the glutes as you come up, okay? So we're going to go feet hip distance apart. We're going to do, let's do 10, and on 5 and 10, you're going to hold it 5 seconds, okay? So feet hip distance apart, you're going to drop down into that squat. Now, if you really want to make it more challenging, you can add weights, completely up to you. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Now remember, when you hold it, try not to go into flexion. Try to keep your spine more neutral. Okay, let's continue. 6, 7, squeeze those glutes. 8, 9, and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's take it down to push-up. So push-up, we're going to go tricep push-up. Okay, so working the tricep, the back of the arm. Then we're going to go to single leg left, single leg right, single arm, and then crossing. Okay, so let's go. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, up, push up. Again, extension, extension, push up, and now we're going to cross, cross, push up. One more time, cross, cross, push up. And I can feel that because I've done now the beginner and the intermediate prior to this. So we're now going to go down into the prone leg raise. Like I mentioned in the beginner and intermediate, we spend a lot of time in hip flexion, especially if you're still working. You probably, if you sit at a desk or you drive, commute a lot, you're in hip flexion. Maybe you have lower back issues or tight hamstrings. So this is just a nice exercise to take you into extension and activate the muscles on the posterior chain on the back, okay? On the back of the body. So glutes, namely glutes and hamstrings, all right? And it's gonna look like this. You're gonna come down. Okay, you're gonna relax your upper body. We're gonna activate those hamstrings now with what I like to call the flutter kick. What I mean by that, think about like if you're in a pool and you got a kickboard and you're just kicking, okay? So we're gonna do it 10 seconds and go. Squeeze the glutes up and down, activating those hamstrings. Now, if your hamstrings are weak, it might be challenging for you, so you can just hold it instead. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's go back to those squats. Okay, how are you guys doing? I have now been doing this over and over again. So I'm getting a workout, especially after a 12-mile run this morning. All right. Okay, feet hip distance apart. Remember, when you come out of the squat, you want to open up those hip flexors, squeeze the glutes, and we're holding it on 5 and 10. Let's go and go. 1, remember, squeeze the glutes. 2, 3, 4, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, continue. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it back to push-ups. Okay, tricep push-ups, so get your arms in close to your sides. 1, 2, single leg. 3, 4, single arm, up, up. 5, again, up, up. 6, cross it over, cross it over. 7, one more time, cross it over, cross it over. 8, and come down into prone leg raise. Relax upper body, hamstring kick, and let's go. Yes, it definitely is getting my heart rate up. And stop. How are you guys feeling? I hope you feel your muscles working. Even though I did the easy version of the beginner and the intermediate and then this, I had to do a couple takes. So I think I'm getting my upper body strength. I think. Anyway, I hope you guys found that helpful. Again, you should see there's timestamps, so beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and you can kind of interchange however you want. But just doing those simple exercises will help to maintain muscle mass as we age. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. You can do it after, let's say, you run, and then you can come home and do these. But it's a great one for the compound exercise for the lower body and a great compound exercise for the upper body. And then I threw in the prone leg raise because I think it's really important to activate the muscles in the posterior chain, the back of the body. All right, so I hope you found them helpful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. It would really help the growth of my channel because I'm making this channel for you to live the best life possible as you age. And from my experience of being here almost 6 decades now, I know we all want to live healthy, have a healthy lifespan and not just a lifespan. So remember, you're never too old to start working out, and I believe in you, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.